Hey everybody, Kyle Sasser here, and it's everyone's favorite time of the month. That's right, market statistics time. These statistics are for Hillsborough County for September 2021. I hope you're having a great day. As you can tell, I did get the walls patched here. The handyman here at the local KW office in downtown St. Pete, he came in, he patched the walls, and put some touch-up paint there, and did a great job. I've also brought a little bit of color here into the studio. So this is some artwork we found at a local antique shop. It's across the street from Trips. Yes, Designer Consigner. They have an excellent artwork and furniture section in the back, so be sure to check that out if you're at Trips in St. Pete. We have the shark also making a reappearance on the show, which is cool. Long-time viewers might remember him from the original OG studio over in Shore Acres, St. Petersburg. And then my wife demanded that I bring this into the office and just... So it is actually functional, but it is a red swing line. Let's get into the business. So why it is currently October, why are we looking at September statistics? And the reason why is because the MLS naturally takes a bit of time to get those statistics together and over to us. So the stats kind of lag behind by about 30 days. The other thing to know with these statistics is that they compare year over year, not month to month. And the reason why is because during the course of a year, real estate cycle has a natural ebb and flow. There's some high points, there's some low points. So comparing month to month is not necessarily the best way to gauge any changes in the market. Instead, what we do is we compare year to year. So we are comparing September 2021 statistics to September 2020 statistics. And by doing so, even though it is a pretty long time frame, it does give us a better indication of the changes that have happened in the market. It's about the best way we have to go about it. Now, those of you that have been watching the last few months, you have probably remembered that I have said that there is a potential market shift in the mix. And if you've been watching for a long time, you know that usually takes a few months to play out. And I'll cut to the chase because I hate it when people dangle stuff and then don't actually get to it until the end. And basically that trend is continuing. All right, so let's dive into these numbers. Hillsborough County, September 2021, single family home stats. This is not condos. This is not mobile homes. This is purely single family homes. If you want condo stats, I will give them to you. Just ask in the comments down below. So, total number of closed sales in Hillsborough County is up 8.3% from 1,885 to 2,041. Total number bought in cash is up 112.5% from 281 homes to 597. Now, a lot of people historically view cash purchases as investment properties. That is not the case anymore. What has been happening recently is that people with sizable amounts of cash have been putting that cash up and using that to purchase homes to make sure that they are putting the best offer possible together. You don't have to put up hundreds of thousands of dollars to get a contract accepted by a home seller. I would be lying if it says that it hurts. I have had, just regularly financed loans as well as even like VA loans. I have gotten those accepted in the last few months. The next two numbers here are, I feel like they are especially noteworthy because Hillsborough County has usually been priced under Pinellas County a little bit. So it's just, Pinellas County's proximity to the beaches and, downtown St. Petersburg and like all those factors, usually Pinellas County has sold for more. But what has happened here is Hillsborough County has really jumped in the last 12 months to the point that they are almost on parity now with Pinellas County. They're still a little under, maybe 2, 3, 4, 5%, somewhere in that ballpark. Mm-hmm. And again, of course, it depends on neighborhood and all that stuff. It's noteworthy that Hillsborough County has grown that much, even in the last 5 or 6 years. So talking about median average sales price. So, if you remember back to your mathematics class, average is you take the price of 5 homes and then you divide it by 5. That is going to be your average. Median sales price, on the other hand, is where you take, let's say, 20 homes And the median price is going to be the price where there is the same number of homes for sale for more than that price, as well as the same number of homes for sale for less. So the median sales price in Hillsborough County is currently at $360,000. That is up 22.1% in 12 months. For comparison, Pinellas County is up to $370,000. So we can see that there has been a rapid advance in Hillsborough County's prices there. And Hillsborough County was up 22% and Pinellas County was up just 15.6%. The average sales price in Hillsborough County is up to $438,684, which is an increase of 20%. By comparison, Pinellas County is up to $474,935. Now, the thing with that, with averages and medians, is that if there are a lot of very expensive or very inexpensive homes that sell in a certain period of time, that can definitely pull that average in one way or the other. So usually I will give the median sales price a little bit more respect than the average sales price. Total dollar volume is up 29.9% to a total of $895.4 million. That's a lot, that is a lot of real estate. Median time to contract is down 41.7% from a total of 12 days all the way down to 7 days. And then the next section here is so basically what's happening is the numbers are kind of doing this. For the last probably 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 months. We have had a straightforward, fewer houses for sale, more houses getting sold, sales price going higher. That's been the signpost along the road for the last, almost year now. But what's happening currently is the numbers they're kind of wobbling a little bit. And the primary number I want to point out here, and it was also the same in Pinellas County. Total number of new listings, so this is houses just being put up for sale, is up 7%, which is noteworthy. We're putting more houses up for sale now than we were last year. So the number of new listings is up 7% for a total of 2,089. But the noteworthy part to me is that new listings were 2,089, but the total number of closed sales was at 2,041. So we actually had a net increase from the number of new listings to the number of closed sales. The total inventory, which is everything that is for sale, is still down significantly. It's still down 23.6% for a total of 1,808. But what we should see happening, if that trend continues of more new listings than sales, is that inventory number should tick up. It's going slowly currently. And a lot of this definitely depends on buyer sentiment and demand. But if that trend continues, we should see a continued leveling off, cooling even, and returning to longer time frames to sell. The number of new listings follows that same split. So below 300,000, there are fewer homes being listed in those price points, whereas above 300,000, there are significantly more. So, for example, $300,000 to $400,000 is up 53.1% for a total of 712. Looking at the total number of homes for sale per price point, though, we are still down across the board, with the primary down categories being the $150,000 to $200,000 mark, which is down 53.8% for a total of 55 homes available. 200 to 250 was down 54.4% for a total of 129, and 250 to 300 was down 46.3% for a total of 211. And finally, the doom and gloom page. So if you remember the previous months, these numbers are artificially suppressed a little bit because of COVID moratoriums, and all that fun stuff. So, take these numbers with a grain of salt. And these are bank-owned foreclosures, short sales, basically like distressed sorts of transactions. So the foreclosures were down 76.2% for a total of 5, and the short sales were down 46.7% for a total of 8. So a lot of people are concerned. They think that there is a veritable flood of foreclosures and short sales that are just waiting in the wings to overwhelm us and just drop prices by like 70% overnight. People are sitting on the sidelines with their bags of money, just ready to jump on these opportunities. The thing to know is that real estate moves extraordinarily slowly. The last 7 or 8 months was just a crazy spike in home values. That is very unusual. And usually, the slide downward does not happen nearly as fast as the spike upward. And the reason why is because most people, when buying a house, don't want to sell their house for less than what they paid for it. Like, it's just natural human inclination. And no one wakes up overnight and says, wow, everybody says my house is worth less, I should sell it for half of what it was. So, Great Recession, economy all blows up, Bear Stearns goes out of business, all that stuff, banks fold, panic in the streets and all that. So from that point, it took from like 2006 or 2007 all the way to about 2010 or 11 for that price to slide and get cut by 50%. Because what happens is people put their house up for sale. They're like, I want this price. And then they don't get that price. And then they lower the price a little bit, lower the price a little bit, lower the price a little bit. And then, people are buying stuff. But that's why it is a much slower slide down than going up. And again, prices might not even go down. Like, there's no reason to think that they are. One of the big changes in the Tampa Bay area is that we are now on the national and world stage. We are now a place that a lot of people feel is the cool and happening place, which growing up here is bonkers because, growing up there was not much here other than, water and mangroves and, some old buildings that had been boarded up. But we are now the cool, hip, and happening place. And because of that, even if there is a downturn, the net effect on the region should be less than the rest of the country because of that. People still like the beach, and they probably always will. So that's why, demand is always going to be pretty high here. So that is the statistics for September 2021. I guess technically we're in October, so I'll call those the October stats, even though they are for September. Let me know what you think. If you like the decorations I got going back on, this one should be hung by the time of the next video. If you have any questions or thoughts on the statistics, or if you think the real estate market is set for a huge bust coming down the pipeline, I know there's a lot of people upset about current housing prices and rentals and all that stuff. A lot of people are doing a lot of blame game with iBuyers and foreign buyers and lots of boogeymans like that. I can assure you we can break it down to as simple as possible. The reason prices have climbed so high is because there was not a lot of houses to buy, and there was a ton of people looking to buy houses. Most of them from out of state looking to relocate here because they were tired of COVID restrictions and they were able to work remotely now. So all those factors together have really driven up our home prices, especially compared to the rest of the country. Now, the rest of the country is still, they're having the same thing. Like, prices are high across the board, so we're not unique by any stretch of the imagination. We have accelerated harder, though. And that's primarily because, beaches. People like beaches. So, if you are interested in finding your own great place here in Tampa Bay, I would love to help you out. My name is Kyle Sasser. I'm with Keller Williams St. Petersburg. You can reach me at 813-323-7396. That is my cell phone. You can shoot me an email at kyle@sassergroup.com. That information is also down below. Other than that, thank you so much for tuning in. Leave me a comment if you have any questions, and I'll talk to you soon.